Greeting and welcome to this beta of Noiz Analytics. Today we're going to do a quick business case. We're going to use the tools to track a new brand online. So we're going to use it actually to track Noiz Analytics, a brand product we launched 1 week ago. So we don't have a footprint yet on the internet and don't have much buzz, but we're going to show you how we can use the tools to help us, even if it's a blank product, a clean new product that you need to launch on the internet. So let's log in with our Google account and create a test client. So test client, here we go, and select the search engine monitoring report. Alright, so it's a new product. It's Noiz Analytics, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start looking what people actually will find while searching for brand monitoring on the internet, which is probably the top keyword my potential consumer is going to use. Now, of course, the first idea will be to buy AdWords so they can find information about me. Now, although this is a quick patch to get presence on the homepage, keep in mind that only 5% of internet users actually click on the AdWords in Google. So it leaves us 95% of the user who use a search engine for finding information and not for the advertising themselves. So that's what I'm interested in right now, to know where those people are going to end up. So we're going to see here that, well, they maybe end up on Mashable.com with the top 10 free tools for monitoring your brand reputation online. That's exactly the information I want to find out. Now, that will be extremely long for me to pass through all those URLs and figure out where I should target, which website I should target to have them talk about me. And that's what exactly the tool is going to do for me. So let's start with brand monitoring, and I'm going to just cut and paste some words I prepare. So let's start with those two words first. So brand monitoring and online brand monitoring, we have here all the websites you found regarding this project specifically, this topic specifically. So we have cscprojectsbrand.com. We have quite a good footprint. Forrester Research, NetName, Mashable, Branding Voodoo, etc. Now, of course, before Forresters do a survey and an article about me, it may take some time. So maybe I'm gonna try to target other type of profiles. So let's start with Mashable.com. That article who end up in the first position. This article starts about brand reputation. That's interesting because now I'm going to use that keyword in my search to track potential result from user who may end up searching brand reputation rather than brand monitoring. Also, I'm interested to know what other article this author have done on the internet, because then again, I would like to contact him to have some review about our own product. So let's just go here and add it in our search. So let's add his name and also brand reputation, and let's fill out some other keyword like social media monitoring, some variation actually, some social network monitoring, maybe brands monitoring services and brand monitoring tools. Alright, so now I have my full domain search from the 3 different search engines on what my consumer may potentially find while navigating and searching for product or services relating to my product. Now, obviously, Mashable.com is clearly top of the line in terms of presence for research again, but I have other smaller blog here like blog.intralex.com. Let's just visit that blog quickly, and we have an article here from this blogger, brand reputation monitoring no longer an afterthought. And well, this one is really smaller actually. No advertising on the page, probably more reachable than Forrester, and even more reachable than the journalist we just saw before. So I'm gonna contact this guy and try to see if he wants to cover my product and even try our beta, you know. Well, also obviously I'm gonna try to reach Dan Schwabel and know, oh, here he have his own blog website. So I'm gonna start listen and focusing on his case to see if I can convince him that my product is interesting actually. So he have his own blog. Oh, we have 2 different blog. We have what else? Oh, Twitter account. So I'm gonna start following this guy. I'm not the only one. There's already 35,000 people following this person. And what I have else? Mashable again. Probably have somewhere his LinkedIn account, I guess. No, image Facebook. Oh, his Facebook account. That's cool. Personal branding. Alright, so I'm gonna start investigating this guy, and maybe, SlideShare. Does he have his own presentation on SlideShare? That's interesting. So I'm gonna look at what this guy is presenting and how he sees this industry, and how we can actually interest this guy in our product. You know, some cyber stalking, but in a positive context here. So this is a quick example on how actually, obviously I have an attack plan here and I have enough work to do before buying AdWords that can actually yield some visibility. Now, we can also monitor competitors, you know, because the first thing this author is going to do, our journalist, when we're going to contact them, is to search about our product. And as we see that Dan Schabel and Mashable.com did extensive coverage on the topic, they probably have done also regarding the different product our competition offers. So let's just type in some competitors keyword quickly. So we're gonna go with Nielsen, Sysamos, folks at Radiant 6, great team there, Scott Lab, TechRigi. We have interesting sentiment analysis tools, Symphony, BuzzLogic, and let's not forget ourselves. Right. So when we type in different competitive product, what we found out? Well, obviously we found out different website, because now we're much more looking about what being said about those competitors and what being indexed by a search engine by those for those competitors. So obviously, well, Twitter is in the top situations here, so I can quickly opt into any of those competitors' Twitter and start following them. That will be clear basic action on our part, and also obviously creating our own Twitter account. Other side, Crunchbase, that's interesting. So many of those companies seem to have, well, that's myself, many of those companies seem to have a Crunchbase company profile. So action we're going to do is to create our own Crunchbase company profile. So if journalists actually search for us, you're going to see that, well, at least we have covered the same bases as the competition have done. TradeVibe seem to be a similar site profile company or directory actually. So one thing we want is probably to create our own profile there, so we're gonna show up in either related company or competitors, and then again to be sure that if we have journalists who do some research about ourselves, you're gonna find information on us. So here again, quickly, we see that before buying AdWords, I have some basic steps to cover to be sure that I'm up to speed with the competition on the market here. Now, because all this is interesting, but it's gonna take, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks before I get indexed and present enough. Meanwhile, what I can do? Well, I can then use the other report to know my short-term action that I can take on the web. So let's use the expression brand monitoring and ask the tools to listen for that expression on the web and try to contextualize this expression. So let's say brand monitoring, but where people talk about it in the marketing context, or they refer also as public relation or crisis. Crisis could be interesting. Tools, beta, vendor, let's say services, and let's complete with advice. And we're gonna generate the report here. And what the tools actually do is he's listening to all the buzz about brand monitoring in the last 24 hours for the news channel, for the blog, for Twitter, for video, and for the web overall. So what you're seeing here is the result of that activity throughout the web up to the last month. And the tagging here helps you focus where you want to prioritize your action or the information you want to read. So for instance, here what we have is we highlighted everyone talking about brand monitoring and referring also as potential tools in the Twitter environment, for instance. So that's interesting because basically we're gonna just click one here, find out quickly what is being said about your brand, frame buzz monitoring online tools. So that's interesting because I can jump in right away. I don't have to buy AdWords or waiting for my search indexation to start my company profile and all that stuff to be online. I can already start talking with those people and contact them and trying to see if they are interested by our product. So it's really a quick overview, but to give you an idea of how we can already use the tools to cover the low-hanging fruit, as we call it, on the web before you start using more extensive brand monitoring tools or marketing media campaign and other strategy. I hope that you did like the presentation. Again, if you have any question, please do not hesitate to contact us. Have a nice day.